Okay, well, really tough. I always want to start giving some credit to our opponent, Minnesota. Coach Fleck, congrats on a win. But tough to totally describe. But really, some good moments defensively, really throughout the day. I thought they did a great job in the first half, holding them to 10 points, getting the stop at the end. Kept us in that one because we were struggling in the first half in protection. Regrouped at halftime. Guys continued battle, take the lead with a minute 50 left, and then they scored in the regulation with 36 seconds. You think about the stretch of time of their score in 9 minutes in the second quarter. Next time they score is 30 seconds left in the game. So I go back to the defensive effort. Um, Thought Alessio battled throughout. Wanted to continue to protect him more. Credit to our group in regards to momentum swings. You think about that. You go down there. It's first and goal. We come away with zero because we miss a short field goal. Our guys didn't flinch. Kept on going. And then you get into overtime, and a touchdown is going to be a field goal.
Jonathan, the pass interference call, they marked the ball, spotted for you guys at the 3, and then they pick it up. I mean, what was the explanation they gave you, and have you seen that happen before?
The explanation was, there's not just one referee out there. They got 8 of them. The communication of the group of 8 that put eyes on the call late. One came in with a stronger opinion to pick it up, and I felt like it was delayed in getting there, but that was what the explanation was.
So they had moved the ball, and they'd already moved the ball and everything.
They had.
Told you.
They had.
Jonathan, what did Alessio do during the starting job this week?
We started on Sunday all the way back to the start of this week and verbalized to both of them that we're going to 50-50 reps, let them work. But the last 3 weeks offensively, we felt like we needed to look at a spark, changing things up. And some of that was splitting the reps throughout the week. End of the day, both of them had good weeks of practice. End of the day was, look at what we had done the last 3 weeks. We've been playing 2 quarterbacks anyways, trying to find a spark for the offense. That really separated them on our decision.
How did Aiden take it?
Actually, like the captain that he's been, the team player that he's been, definitely disappointed, but he handled it like a great teammate and continued to cheer on Alessio throughout the weekend today.
You had no Mackay. Is that just a short term?
Bumps and bruises throughout the year. Just could not find himself ready to go physically this week.
But with him out, what do you think of the run game? Elijah rips off that 85-yarder. He had some tough runs from Tullis.
Yeah, I thought we had some physical runs. We did have the long crease from Elijah there, and those guys battled through.
The penalties in that last drive of regulation for Minnesota, can you kind of walk through, starting with Martins and then obviously Jordan?
Yep. Again, these guys are working on it. This isn't just poor decision celebration type penalty. These guys are working. Martin needs to recover. Yeah, you missed a kick, whatever, you got to go. And then he kicks it out of bounds, and we regroup at the 35. Jordan Hall, he's run down to with the guy who catches the ball, gets the face mask to him. And then I think in general, in all the secondary, playing with great technique in the moment. The ball's up right there. I mean, Blake Spencer, I think that guy, he's collisioning, almost rerouting. The ball was thrown. And then obviously Malcolm Bell on the last one. Ball in the air, no panic. I think he's in pretty good position.
Jonathan, you fight all the way back, close to 200-yard edge in offense. At one point, you take the lead. But 10 penalties, they had 2. Now in 2 weeks, it's 22 versus 8. You feel like you're your own worst enemy at sometimes with that?
Yeah, it's not helping us. And we actually talked about it even last night on that end, showing some other examples of other people. Again, the goal is not to play penalty-free 0. The goal is to play fast within the whistles, and these guys are. It comes down to a couple techniques, tackling, but 10 is not good enough, and it hurt us today.
Jonathan, we talk about execution a lot, but the play calls that you guys decided, some of them, I think of the toss sweep and some of the runs on long third downs. Do you feel like you put your team in position to succeed on some of those?
We do, and again, we're all in this working at it, like what we think is best in the situation on the calls. There's no doubt that we're always searching to find the best way to do it. I look at the production offensively; it was definitely just yardage wise up quite a bit.
I know you guys have liked Alessio for a while internally. To see him get a full game and then some, what did you think of that, and just how did he operate in terms of being a starting quarterback and all that?
I think he operated well. Again, the plans, he's getting us in and out of plays. Again, first starts, he wasn't perfect. I think we took a delay early in the second half, but he's got some moxie. He worked really hard and he was prepared. I think his communication in between series on the sidelines was like a starter.
Jonathan, did you guys have an issue with the DPI on your possession on your D-back? It looked like Rossi was taken. exception to that one.
Look, but we're not every call's going to go your way and things, and this is an emotional game. Those are the calls.
Can you talk about the game that Jordan Hall had today? I mean, he was pretty clearly banged up there with that hip, but just what he was doing, fighting through it, and how much Minnesota was going after him in the passing game.
Yeah, I got to deeply watch the tape in the passing game in regards to Jordan, but he gives us everything he has. Again, leader, communicator, motivator for that defense, and that's why he's the captain. He's a really good player.
What was the mood like in the locker room after the game? You mean the opportunities you guys had there to put up more points and then just emotional?
Yeah, the mood's not great. It's tough. It's quiet. These guys put a lot into it, and they put a lot into those 3 hours we just spent out there. This thing's not easy.
Forgive me if you've already. Did you say what you'll do with Alessio moving forward? Do you know if he's going to be the guy based on this? And then also, in terms of allowing you to play on schedule and feature receiver, is that one of the things he does better than maybe Aiden has been doing in previous weeks?
To the first question, all this week was about this Saturday. Moving forward, we'll take a look at things. Again, he's got a skill set. We felt in the passing game that we tried to emphasize. Again, the protection's got to hold up for him, but he does a good job distributing the ball. Ronnie Burler does a huge play in the first half or first score to give us a spark, and Alessio's making a play there to get him the ball.
How hard was a tough day for Connington? Can you take us through the operation on the short field goal and then what happened on the kickoff?
Didn't look at it closely off the video of the operation. I didn't see signs that it was a problem, and he didn't come off making excuses in any way. He owned it and came back and really made a big kick in overtime to answer off of a couple of mishits.
What about the kickoff out of bounds?
Yeah, what about it?
Did he just miss it? Did he?
I didn't deeply talk to him. We're regrouping in a 2-minute drive.
With the streak, how hard was it to get the team to rally to play like this today, and how hard is it going to be to come off of this?
Yeah, these things aren't always easy. But this group continues to battle. They want to rally and work together. They understand. They love this game and haven't found results. But I do think on display for 3 hours that these guys are fighting and going and playing.
Can you put into words how disappointing this particular loss is?
It's tough to exact words, but it's hard. You invest this kind of effort and energy together and come up that close, but really that's short. It's tough.
What would a win have meant to you? What would that have?
Wins are always what you're searching for and deeply want. It would have been big, but we didn't get it, and so now how we're going to respond and go back. And confident in the maturity, leadership, the character of the guys in that locker room.
You've been through a couple years like this previously in your first few years at Oregon State. How were you able to keep the guys going through that, and how do you kind of use those lessons at this point?
Again, I go back to a consistency. These guys knowing how deeply invested, not just the head coach, all the coaches, the staff, and then the players continue to feel invested and being consistent with that.
You said you were hoping for a spark from Alessio. Do you feel you got a spark there?
In ways, I'm going to look. Yes. Especially in the second half, right? The first half came back in, protection gets cleaned up, and we made some plays there.
With that many sacks in the first half, down 10-0, how do you put a plan together for a second half when maybe you can't trust?
It's a little bit different now. You get because it's that many sacks. Well, you can go right to this iPad and you can show the guys exactly. And so it wasn't just 5 old linemen, getting beat one-on-one, and then all of a sudden it was a blitz, the schematics there. Or then the next one, maybe the quarterback's holding the ball, or we got to get open a little faster. So I think it's a little bit easier to digest and clean up now that you can watch the video up.
We got 2 more, one from Connor and the last one from Steve.
Going back to November 2023, when you take the job here to now, how would you assess your performance as a head coach?
I mean, look, not good enough. You look at the win-loss record. We're trying to win more than we lose, and we're not doing that.
I was just curious. We see Aiden come in for the one play before halftime. Was Alessio getting checked out or something, or was there something more to that?
He was. The Big Ten buzzed down. They had to put eyes on Alessio, and so that's what happened at the end of the half.
That's good.
Thank you, John.
You.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank you.
John.
Thanks, Coach.
Everyone say thank you.